Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the first video of 2021 on this channel. I'm so glad that you're joining me. We've got a special video today because we're gonna be taking a look at one of my favorite sneaker pickups from 2020, and I hope it's one of yours as well. We're gonna get into that right now. So today we have got a doozy for you. I think this is my favorite shoe of 2020. I know that the last video I was talking about my favorite new sneaker, and I think this kind of is fitting because it's the same style sneaker, but this is my favorite colorway of this sneaker, my favorite special release of this sneaker that came out last year. And it's only it came out in October of 2020, so it's only been out for a little while in the grand scheme of things. So maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. It also wasn't a massively hyped up release by any stretch, but I'm gonna show you a couple reasons why I think it should be. So today we're taking a look at these. Boom, taking a look at that. You can see right there, size 13, my size. These are my sneakers. These are the Puma. Of course, as we talked about last week, in our video last week, these are the Puma Ralph Samson mids. I said last week, I think I made the mistake and I called the other shoes that I was reviewing the highs. They're not the highs. I actually just saw a pair of the highs a couple days ago, and they're not as easy to find by any means at the moment. They look just like these, but the tongue goes up a little bit higher, which to me, not really a big fan of, but I'm sure someone out there loves it. These, however, are the Ralph Samson mids, and these come in the Japanorama colorway, which is my favorite colorway. It's very understated, I would say, in many ways. It's not a crazy looking shoe, but I do think there's a couple reasons that this shoe could turn some heads. So let's check out a little bit more about it. All right, so my first impressions of this shoe were pretty darn good. I think it's a good looking shoe overall. Like I said, a little bit on the more plain side. I don't think it's anything crazy, but if you take a look at it with me, there's some things I really would love to point out, and I think this is just a beautiful shoe overall. The colorway, I'm not quite sure if it says what exactly the colors are. Let's see, it says white pea, black high, whisper tinted white, black high riscouge, whatever the heck that means. I have no clue, but it's kind of an off-white type of sneaker, not the brand Off-White clearly, but the color Off-White. A little bit maybe kind of like a cream color in the general shoe area. The midsole is kind of a off-white creamy color as well. And in here you can take a look. Some of this stitching, I wish my lighting was a little bit better in this video, but some of this stitching is actually red and blue, which gives it this kind of cool red, white, and blue vibe. Which is interesting given the fact that it's a Japanorama shoe, and I'm pretty confident there's no blue in their flag. But with that being said, this is a beautiful shoe. You've got the exact same fit, exact same comfort of a regular Ralph Samson low, mid, whichever one it is, or I suppose a high, though I haven't worn them, which I personally really enjoy. I think if you're looking for an 80s basketball style sneaker, these are more comfortable in my opinion than any other 80s basketball style sneaker I've worn. There's of course gonna be the Jordan 1 fans out there, but I'm fairly confident I haven't met anyone who thinks that shoe is genuinely comfortable. It doesn't have the technology that shoes have nowadays, and this shoe, it says it's got the Puma shock wedge technology, and like I said in our video last week where I was reviewing the regular Ralph Samson mids, I have no clue what that is, and I can't find anything on the internet about it. So if you know what it is, comment down below this video, tell us what this Puma shock wedge is. I'm assuming it's kind of like the 80s style wedge. There's a foam wedge that they would put in these sneakers. These do have a removable insole as well. I'll pull that out for you so we can take a look at it. I have worn these shoes one time, so they're still in some pretty good shape. A little bit of dust on them, I suppose, but still in some pretty good shape. You've got a pretty decent insert here. The insole, not too bad. It's not super thick foam. You can see it looks a little bit thicker in this area, but that's because it's just kind of pushed up on the side. It's really not that thick, but they are very comfortable sneakers. On the inside here, You can't really see in there, but there's nothing fancy going on. It is a rubber soled shoe. It's not anything super duper crazy when it comes to comfort, but I think they are far more comfortable than any Jordan 1 I have ever worn, or even some of like the Adidas Continental 80s. Those are a good vintage looking shoe, 80s looking shoe that again just kind of doesn't have anything fancy to offer on comfort. These are more comfortable than that. Kind of continuing on looking at this shoe, you can see on the bottom, like I said, they're a little dirty because I did wear them once, but we've got some nice color blocking in this red and cream color that I love on these shoes. And then something super interesting, I actually could not find anyone who's reviewed this sneaker yet on YouTube, but there was a whole drop that came out with a Japanorama. There was clothing, there was other sneakers and stuff that had come out, and I haven't found anyone who is able to tell me what this was. So I did some digging, did some research, whatever that means, on the internet, and I was able to find that this right here is actually Japanese for Puma, which I thought was pretty cool because no one's been talking about that I've seen in any videos. Don't give me any hate in the comments if you've seen a video or someone's already pointed that out. I just haven't seen it myself, couldn't find it. But this is the Japanese word, I guess, for Puma, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's done in this really well detailed way. It's actually just kind of like a patch. It reminds me a lot of those 80s and 90s vibes where you would take patches and put them on your jean jacket. Very similar to that, I think you get in this. You've got your typical Puma branding right here on the tongue, made in Germany, or sorry, designed by Puma in Germany. I still can't figure out exactly why. Let me see if I can get this closer to the camera there. See if you can see that a little bit better. I can't figure out for the life of me why Puma does this. I actually like it, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's an interesting style choice. The Puma has put their, I guess it's a serial number up here on the tongue as well. Kind of a weird way to do it, but something I really appreciate about this sneaker is the fact, is the fact that the tongue itself is leather. And it's not just leather. These are actually some really buttery leather on some premium materials that I think they use in the upper of this shoe. Like I said, the sole is kind of just a typical rubber sole. I know it's got that shock wedge, but whatever that means. But the rest of the shoe, there's some solid materials in here. We've got a nice suede right up here on the mud guard, which clearly you don't want to get wet. So you want to be careful when you're wearing this shoe if you're like me and you want your shoes to look crisp, which I think most of us do. But it's a pretty dang good shoe. I love the laces it comes with are a cream lace. Like I already pointed out, there's some of this stitching in different colors. We've got the Japanese word for Puma, got some nice ventilation for your foot so you don't overheat while you're wearing these, whether you're playing basketball in them or just wearing them as a lifestyle sneaker. I think this is a great all-around shoe. And honestly with you guys, I haven't been out and played ball in these shoes. I'm not confident that I would. I think there's many much more technologically advanced sneakers on the market for you to play basketball in. But if that is your thing, go ahead, more power to you. I am 100% confident that you could do that in these shoes because I love these shoes. And we can take a look at the back here. We didn't really get that view. You've got the typical Puma logo back here. This is the same on every pair of Ralph Samsons that I have seen. And I think it's just a great way. This one's actually a little bit different, I suppose, because this one has got some suede in here in the logo as well. On my other pair, I believe, if I remember right, that there's a blue leather in this area. And those other shoes have kind of become like one of my daily wears. I wear them pretty darn often. These shoes, I'm saving a little bit more for special occasions, sometime that I want to wear something. Like I said, it doesn't stand out too much. You don't look like a crazy hype beast walking down the street. I don't think anyone is going to pretend that hype beasts are all that into Puma. But with that being said, I think this is a beautiful shoe that is honestly probably my favorite pickup of 2020. The year that will live on in infamy as a pretty crappy year for many people did give us some pretty awesome sneakers, and I would say this is one of them. So if you're taking a look at this shoe and you're not sure if you want to go pick it up, I would give this shoe a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10. I think this is a great shoe, incredibly comfortable, incredibly good looking shoe. If you're into that 80s basketball vibe, this is the shoe that you want to go pick up. I would encourage you go pick up any Ralph Samson. I think they're an amazing shoe. I personally would rather wear a Ralph Samson than a Jordan 1, and I'm confident I'll take heat for that in the comments. But what's new? Why not? I think that these are a great shoe, and I think the quality for I think the price on these, if I remember right, I got them on sale. They were like $70, $65, $70, something like that. But the price on them, I believe, was like $119, $100, somewhere in that range when they came out. I should check and see. Yeah, I think that, let me see if this does. So 110 for these ones when they were originally out. But with that being said, you can catch them on sale. I believe these are sold out on Puma's website right now. Maybe they'll restock them. I kind of doubt it, but I'm sure you can find them on some other reseller out there. I'm sure you can pick them up somewhere for not very much of anything, above, probably below retail, if we're totally honest. So I think this is an amazing shoe. I would highly encourage you to go pick it up. As always, if you have enjoyed this video at all, if you've got any questions for me, you've got any comments for me, throw those in the comments below this video. I'd also really appreciate if you give this video a like. This is only one of my first couple videos I've put on YouTube, so it's definitely something that I'm working on. I'm putting out new videos weekly. If you like any of this, I would strongly encourage you, please subscribe. I think I've got like literally 20 subscribers at the moment, so nothing crazy by any means, but I would love for you to join the family and you to get more of this stuff. If you want anything, if there's anything out there that you want me to review, you'd like me to take a look at, or any tips that you could give me, I would love to have those. You can throw those in the comments below as well. Thank you so much. Can't wait to talk to you again next week. I appreciate you guys, everyone who watches this video. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Blessings. Peace out. Bye.